In this video, we're going to talk about turning your local hard drive into cloud storage with Strada Agents. Real quick, you're watching BP Land. Special thanks to our sponsors, Blackmagic, View, and LucidLink for helping make our NAB coverage possible. And now, back to the video. All right, we are back here at Strada with Michael Cioni. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, so what do we got going on with agents?
Well, you know, I actually found some of the best technologies are ones that are born out of internal struggles.
Yeah.
And as I'm getting the bills for these cloud companies that I subscribe to, we all have that. I was like, we got to solve this. This agent's idea we had when we started the business, we just didn't prioritize it enough until we were
in our first podcast, we're talking about like eventually you could plug in a hard drive and it'll turn into a cloud drive. So
we finally did it, and we were really excited because the idea is that a cloud is really just your files in someone else's computer. So why can't it be your computer that is the cloud? And so we wanted to build a solution that is easy to set your cloud up. It's easier to set up your computer as a cloud than it is to sync your phone to a Tesla. And would you say it was easy?
It was very easy, yes. Thank you.
I put you on the spot.
Beta access, yes. It was, click and refresh the page, and then, I was telling Justin, then I'm like, I just stream my files from my other hard drive, and it plays back.
Yeah, that's it. So you connect the cloud through a Strada agent, you hit play on the file, and you can actually view it anywhere in the world. In fact, when we say in the world, we mean it.
So you got a computer here in Australia?
So here we are in Australia. This is Mike Seymour from FX Guide, and it's his computer. It's 9:30 in the morning tomorrow.
Right.
And Mike's got a Mac Studio and a hard drive right there.
Okay.
And so what's cool about his is I can go in here, I can see his Mac Studio, I see his hard drive, and if I look right here, I can see this quickly, these files will start popping up, and now I'm playing back dailies from Mike's, I don't know, trip to Japan, it looks like. Walking around here, this is all iPhone footage, it looks like, but we're seeing these files off his hard drive. It's not uploaded to the cloud, it's not uploading or downloading, it's just transmitting it instantly. And what's cool, not only is this going 7,500 miles, this file is a 38 gigabyte ProRes 4K 444 file. So it's a big file. And here we can see a 444 ProRes file is too big to play off of internet here. Like we couldn't do that.
Yep.
And the beauty of our system is that it analyzes your internet and will convert the file just in time.
Yeah, we should emphasize how crappy the internet is here all the time, so that this is playing back pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, it's really exciting that we are able to do this. And this is sort of one of the good things about the pandemic is it really helped accelerate the performance of live stream encoding for all the, streaming telecom products, right? So we understand that got really good, and now it's really normal. What we're sort of doing is applying that technology stack to video on hard drives. So there's a connection in a stream. So this file isn't coming here. We're not actually seeing the ProRes. We're just projecting. We're making a Zoom call to a QuickTime file, and we're projecting the frames here. But as soon as I stop the stream, there's no file here. It never left Sydney, Australia in this case.
And this is using WebRTC to stream the file. Okay, so and basically you're playing the file on it's playing the file on the local computer and streaming it.
That's right.
In real time. Okay.
Yeah. And that's how we can make it happen really fast, really easily, really quickly. And the other beauty about this is that we can grab files that are really long. So here is the film National Treasure. And what's cool about this is it's 2 hours and like 10 minutes long, something like that. So when this file loads, we're able to skip around. This one's funny because this is actually our hotel room in the MGM. So on this one, I have the hotel room. Boy, that window's dirty.
Yeah.
I've got a G-RAID at the bottom here, you can see. And we're connecting to this drive right there. Yeah. So this is hotel internet. And now
we got the
now we're playing the file
progress
off that. So we're playing the file. Yeah, it should be good.
There we go.
So because this is coming from the hotel, it's much lower quality because I'm in the MGM hotel
Because
internet.
there's also compensating for your source or host internet and the internet here.
That's right.
Okay. So what happens if because with Strada you can add multiple people to a Strada project. So what happens if people are trying to access the same file?
Yeah, so the good news is right now, you're going to all be sharing the same session. So if you log in and I log in, we're going to be seeing the same session. So it's a synchronous experience, which is cool, but not always ideal. So what we're going to be building, which is coming very soon, let me pause this. Here's a little preview. So what you can see here is I can see Kira's MacBook Pro, and she wants to send this socials to someone else. What we're adding in just a few weeks is I can click here, I can now invite people. So I'm inviting Austin, I'm inviting Margot. Once that invite happens, if I switch to Austin's computer, he sees Kira's MacBook Pro, she shared me this socials folder. Now I can click on those assets and I can download them independently. So this is...
And this is all happening peer-to-peer, the download.
All peer-to-peer,
It doesn't have to go to a cloud intermediary. It's just going straight from the computer to your computer.
That's right. In fact, if you think about it, 90%, maybe 99% of file transfers are initiated by the sender. The sender has to get all the files together, put them in a package, send them to someone. But the receiver is sitting there being like waiting for that email, right, to come and get the link. What we're doing here is allowing the receiver to initiate their own transmissions, which is actually more time sensitive, and it's actually more cost effective and time effective because it's just peer-to-peer. Plus, you can view the files you want before you have to commit to downloading them. So that's better. So I can browse, I need this, this, and this. I don't need that and that. Pull it over, and I have it. Today, you can access files. You can share them. It's free, and that gives people the ability to try out this new cloud connection. What's coming over the next 8 weeks is the adding of users and sharing it, and then downloading and commenting on those files. So that way you can have an agent and you can have 3-4 people all accessing that agent and having independent sessions.
And with the commenting and the sharing, you could also theoretically, if you have like an exported cut on your computer, share a link and someone could review it and comment on it and not have to go up and back and forth with a cloud.
That's right. And if you think about it, you'd be leaving comments on a file on someone else's desk.
Right.
Which is pretty neat, you know? I had a bunch of colorists come by and they said they really want this. They need synchronous review, which we can provide, and they want asynchronous review, which we can provide, but they don't want to have to upload every revision to the cloud for the evaluation and get all the notes, because there ends up being 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds of that. And colorists are often at the very, very end of the schedule where the time is very compressed. And they might only have 1 or 2 days to get through rounds of review. If we can make that faster and you get even one more round in, it's a better project. Same with sound mixing, same with effects, right? Any art department that's delivering something, if a director or producer or decision maker can get one more round in, everybody's better off. That's an elevator. So we believe eliminating the cloud upload and cloud storage, if it gives you one more round of review, we've made a better project.
Now, what about also integrating, because I know this is sort of kind of a separate area from what Strada originally has, which is with like transcription and image tagging. Where are the two going to kind of like overlap where you can run transcription on the files that are on your computer? Yeah,
so we've split Strada into 2 worlds. We have enterprise and we have agents. So agents is the stuff we just talked about, be your own cloud. Enterprise is so that it's for companies that actually want to push things further, where you have time code multicam, syncing sound, and you have a large library of assets that you want to search and collaborate together. It's also, we have all of our AI analytics. They are analyzed in the cloud because the cloud is scalable. So if you have 10 hours of footage, we can analyze that really quick. If you want to analyze 10 hours of footage on your laptop, that could take a while. So we have to slowly move the cloud enterprise features of Strada into agents, and we'll move that feature by feature based on user feedback. So we're hoping that the community will start with agents and then ask, you know, it'd be great is I really want transcription. I really want facial rec. I really want translation. And as we get the order of that, we're going to have to host the models at the edge so you can analyze here. So the cloud isn't all bad because cloud is scalable, cloud is fast, cloud is redundant. When you are your own cloud, you lose some of those things, but it's nearly free
Right.
because
Yeah.
you have the storage, you have the hardware, you have the
Right.
internet
If you
service.
bought it once, you can use it and you don't have to
Right,
keep
right.
paying a monthly fee for it.
Yeah, there's no renting,
Yeah.
right? Renting storage. So these are all components where it's a give and take. So I believe in a hybrid future where there is cloud and there's local, but I really don't believe that storing all of your original camera files. I mean, you're shooting this now. The chances of you uploading everything that you shoot to a cloud forever is probably
No,
zero.
it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
We're just uploading proxies to the cloud, and it's like, yeah, no way I'm going to upload Blackmagic RAW files.
Yeah,
to
Blackmagic RAW
Yeah.
is always going to be on a drive.
Yeah.
But you should be able to access it, and so should your collaborators. And that's where we believe, and we'll add the transcription and the other enterprise features to agents one at a time based on user feedback.
Speaking of RAW, is RAW supported on agents right now or coming?
So we don't do RAW yet,
Okay.
and honestly, you can't debayer in a web browser. Chrome and Firefox, Safari, they can't debayer. So it's not purely a Strada issue, there's a browser issue too. Now, if we can debayer at the computer side and serve the debayer file, we can get that into Chrome. So that's where working with RAW files at the edge could work. So we have a pathway to get RAW files to work in this. And you could do it on low bandwidth internet because you could debayer the file to say a 1080 HEVC and stream that. Your debayering though is going to eat up some of your ability to do more streams, right? Because a debayer is a big task on one computer. So it's going to be a give and take. And that's where saving the money and having the power of being your own cloud means you might need to buy the M3 Ultra, right? And M4 Max and things like that. That will help you debayer and do streams in greater volume.
Also, these are generating proxies in real time, and that's what we've been using in Strada in the past, where it's like, we just give it the proxies.
Good cameras shoot 2 files at the same time, and the proxy will get you all the way. I love that. I have Red cameras, they shoot RAW and ProRes. I set the RAW high, the ProRes low, I'm good to go.
Yeah. With your HPA talk about democratizing the kind of Hollywood tech, what do you see in as sort of the bigger trend of like what Hollywood needs to do to make their tech and make their solutions more friendly to kind of the content creator space, and then the content creator space leveling up? Basically like YouTube becoming Hollywood before Hollywood becomes YouTube, and like what's going to happen first and how is that getting there?
That's a great question. Yeah, I think the crux of what I was trying to describe in my YouTube Hollywood talk or HPA Hollywood talk was that you have to have a migration path. And I think there are companies here, I won't name them, but you'll know them. There are companies here who have anchored themselves into enterprise only. And there are companies that are purely retail, but the smartest ones know how to have a foot in both worlds. And it's okay that they start in enterprise and they have a migration path. Here's a good example. Sony is awesome at building really high-end expensive stuff and it filtering down to the retail space. And you can basically buy a Sony camera for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $8,000, right? It's great.
30, 50,
Yeah. So that's the way to have a migration path. And then there are companies that have really struggled with that. And they just say, we're going to only serve the top of the top. That worked for actually 50 years. The problem is, for the first time, we have seen a major reduction in the top productions, production quality. And the data tells us, this isn't my perception, the data tells us that trend will continue to decay. That the amount of productions at the highest end will only go down. And if it levels off, it will level off lower than it was in 2019. So we have a surplus of talent and not enough demand for the content in that space. So manufacturers and creatives alike need to sort of reorient themselves to that likely fact and make sure that they have a technology migration path to get their tools. I was talking to a lens company today that we would affiliate with really high-end lenses, and now they're having conversations about how could we adopt our lenses for micro four thirds cameras and DSLRs and iPhones. And this would be a company you would be like, they are going to do a thing like that. But if that brand actually did it, you'd want it.
Yeah.
Because you'd be like, I could get that brand, which has cachet, on a camera,
on the devices that I already work with.
the device I already have, that serve the creator economy. And so that's where it gets me excited, because now the smart companies are starting to think that way. How can we build a technology migration path? Here's another great example. Baselight, about a month ago, announced Baselight Full for the Mac. And now Resolve did that about 12 years ago. Baselight did it about 12 weeks ago. But that's the move to the technology migration path, because now someone that's very Mac-centric, maybe they're good at Resolve, has an option to explore Baselight, which is an insanely good color correction tool. And if you get really good at it, it gives you a separate advantage from other Resolve colorists, for example. It can be a competitive advantage. So those are all great things where even Baselight's showing a technology migration path. I think it's brilliant. I think it's going to work. And I think it'll help take that brand particular and make it more accessible and more knowledgeable in a market that probably never heard of them before. Because right now, if you search DaVinci Resolve in YouTube, there's about 3,000 tutorials. And if you search Baselight, there's like 3. So that's the cool opportunity.
We're good. All right, mic switch. Last question, and because this has now become an annual thing, where's your AI, your generative AI gauge, the Michael Cioni Gen AI gauge?
I'm still a fan of Gen AI in its space. It has a place, but I'm an in real life guy. My history, my experience, my knowledge, my domain of expertise is all in real life. And so I'm not like a graphics artist. My vocation was not design and graphic arts. It was cinematography and editing and color correction. And so those are all in real life things. So whatever happens in the Gen AI space, which is probably going to have major effects in advertising. That's where it'll really be the most disruptive, is in advertising, because Gen AI is really good at montages and advertising is montage, right? So that's where it sort of works.
And high scale personalization, or just high scale like outputs, fast outputs.
Right. Fast outputs. And it's funny, the eye is super forgiving in jump cuts in advertising. But if you cut a movie that way, it would be exhausting, right? And it's weird, if you think about how your mind calibrates, when you see a montage and you recognize it's a montage, you even forgive continuity. You forgive it. It doesn't really matter. But in movies, you're like, wait a minute, that's not the same car, that's not the same haircut, right? That stuff really takes out the suspension of disbelief. So this is where AI and advertising, Gen AI has a really probably disruptive space. I never worked in advertising. It's not really my passion. I'm more in the in real life stuff. And for me, you know, when you watch some movies and the first line that comes up says, "The following is based on a true story." It changes how you watch the whole thing. Your mind's like, oh wow, okay, this is based on a true story. It's possible that there might be, the following is shot in real life. And we may watch it differently if we know that 10 years from now. Because it changes how
I guess this is going to become a question of suspension of disbelief, like animation when Snow White came out, and it's like, are people going to watch drawings for 90 minutes? And they did. And maybe it's another genre. Who knows?
Who knows? But I'm all about in real life, and I think when you, I think for a lot of people, that will be fine, but it is not, it shouldn't be a competition. They are going to be different things, and Gen AI will serve the market. I think what Avid announced at this NAB 2025, they showed a really interesting use of generative AI in creating pauses. And they showed a new tech where you can have lines of dialogue, and they use Gen AI to actually widen frames. Where Adobe's showing generative extend, it's taking the file and lengthening it. What Avid's doing is inserting into the file and widening a gap, because you want a pause or you want to reduce a pause. And they can combine that or extend that within the clip. That to me was a sign of really clever things that editors are always waiting for. What do we say? We say we need that beat. Do we have a take with more of a beat? And if you know what I'm talking about, you're like, oh yeah, I totally know what that is. And if you don't have the beat, now you can generate the beat. I like that.
And I think these are uses of like that people can kind of get behind here, where it's like AI uses that make problems we had easier. Like
Yeah.
also in Resolve had updates and like you could drag the music out and it'll like kind of extend the music
Yep.
and fill it out and those kind of use cases.
Yeah. So that's all in real life stuff for Gen AI, I think.
Coming back to Strada, agents, how is the pricing going to work?
Yeah, so we want this to be accessible. So Agents today is free. We are going to keep the foundation of Agents free. Connecting drives, signing up, sharing those files, watching them. We're not going to charge for that. We want people to start to learn to be their own cloud. Our commitment to the free is that we want people to sign up, do it, and give us the feedback on the experiences. Then when they say, but now I need it to do X, Y, and Z, those add-ons will be what we charge for, but we need users not to have a financial barrier for us to be able to capture that, because people are not used to being their own cloud. People either have a drive on their desk or they share through a cloud. We're going to share through a drive on your desk. So we got to figure this out as a community because this is brand new tech, and we want that to be a free experience.
Cool. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And that is it for this video. Thanks again to our sponsors for helping make our NAB coverage possible. And for more of our NAB videos, be sure to check out the playlist right here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.